What's going on, everybody? This is Larry, the American Brazilian scene. Boa noite, good evening. I apologize. I'm sweating. My hair is looking kind of ratty. I was literally about to go to sleep. I started a live. Check out my shirt, American Brazilian. I started a live, but let me pull this thing back. But my live was interrupted because of the some technical difficulties that I was having. So I decided I wanted to start again. So there's been this little uproar within the SYSBM travel community about I don't know who put it up, but somebody put up a question, and that was, do black men who travel put foreign women on a pedestal? And initially, I made a comment on the live that I did a second ago that was just like went horribly wrong. But cup this up. I'm trying to get in a comfortable spot. And so anyway, I want to read something. I want to read something, and I want you to be judge. So this is a question that I got from Kiora, and it was, why do many American men prefer foreign women to be their wives? Okay, so I'm going to read this a little bit, and I'm going to give my feedback and just kind of try to tie everything in like very, very quickly. Okay, it's kind of wordy, so I don't know if I'll read all of this, but here we go. Isn't it obvious? She says, her name is Gerdija Styles. Isn't it obvious? We treat men better. That's what the foreign woman is saying in regards to the question, in response rather to the questions. A question, why do many American men prefer to marry foreign women, choose them as their wives? I'll say it again. Isn't it obvious? She says, we treat men better. American men, American women rather, don't respect their men there. Exclamation point. American women are so full of feminism and it's not oh, American women, these words are small. American women are so full of feminism and it's not funny. We foreign women actually value traditional relationships and male leadership. Even though I live in America as a Haitian woman, I see how American women treat their men, especially um, Caucasian women at that. They started this feminism bull that ruined men and women's beautiful relationship. I added this beautiful relationships, and made men feel lower than. Not, I think she must have meant to say less than, but she made them feel lower than. Anyway, she said, I sent many of them claim, well, I sent, or I see many of them claim they want a man to be a man, but won't be a woman. Okay, it's kind of, her language is kind of choppy. In any words, she's saying that she sees that a lot of women in America say they want a man to be a man, but they don't want to be a woman. I've seen many. I've seen many want to hold on to their equality, but later want to be a maiden in distress. You've seen the videos, right? Women, they try to bow up at you, and they want to be aggressive, and they want to come up to you and try to assault you, even like guys. But the moment that you respond in kind, all of a sudden, well, I'm a female, which of course nobody's advocating anybody hit anybody, but you get my point, right? That's replete throughout the internet. She says, but later they want to be a maiden in distress. They test their men, but cry later. So I was right. That's what she was saying. Us foreign women, we were raised to be subordinate, submissive, and respect men, and to know basic biology that men and women are not equal. Now, if it's rare to hear a sister here say something like that. And listen, it's good that men and women are not equal, not on some chauvinistic type, I can be better than you. That's kind of the world's way of putting in competition. And you don't want to get involved in that. I can change a tire, right? And there are a lot of women who can change a tire. But if I'm on the side of a road, God forbid, I don't like being on the side of the road, um, chances are it's going to be a problem, barring any unforeseen issues. The job should be relatively easy. Wherein if you see somebody in pumps and heels or whatever, or they're just, you know, getting off work or whatever, they're looking just like, and you pick up the phone to call AAA. Not all, but a good majority. They're not trying to change tires or spark plugs or anything like that. Anyway, I will continue. Let me see. Where did I get? Okay. Let me see. Basic biology teaches us that men and women are not equal. American men, I understand your struggles as I seen your own women denigrate you guys. I may be in America, but I do not, but I don't, but I'm not accustomed to their hypocrisy. She said, do not, but it didn't make any sense. And I said, I'm not. She's not accustomed to their hypocrisy and male hate crap. I still know better and stick to my family culture and traditionalism. Haitian women were taught to cook, clean, and respect their husbands, their men. That's all. That's all I will do for my man, and not effeminate him. I do not blame American men for traveling, leaving the U.S., and marrying foreign women. So I thought about this question: do we pedestalize or put foreign women on this big high pedestal? Here's the thing: I don't think we idolize foreign women. Well, let me just talk personally. I didn't idolize my wife. I acknowledged that she was what she was. What am I saying? Kevin Samuels always talked about he used this verse in the Bible: "He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing." The premise is you are already a wife when I found you. And somebody might say, "Well, look, I'm not trying to, be mad right now, but I would like a long-term monogamous committed relationship." Um, that person has to be already of that ilk. What ilk? Monogamy, and commitment, and somebody that's willing to do something long term. They already have to be there. So for you to link up with them, all you're basically doing is acknowledging what's already there. So, are we pedestalizing them? We're acknowledging that many were already on the pedestal when we found them. That's what got our attention. Listen, when I'm looking for something, unless I drop something, I'm going to be looking up. And if I see something, because I'm individual, that's right where I am, that gets my attention, I'm going to fixate on that. And my curiosity is going to grow. And now I want to find out more about that I see that gained my attention. So it's okay. Yes, we acknowledge the pedestal that they are on. Now, what is that pedestal? Is it perfection? No. Is it uh, that they can do no harm? No. Here's what we acknowledge: femininity, because many of them are ladylike. You don't see the boss bee mentality. Inspirational, they inspire us to want to be better. Why? How do they inspire you to want to be better? Why do they take care of a lot of things that we don't have to? Listen, one of out of many things that I love about my wife is this, and I would tell her this: honey, when I met you, um, and we got together, both of our lives should elevate. When I met my wife, her life shouldn't go. And I told her this. I said, your life shouldn't go down. Neither should my life go down. Both of our lives should incrementally, even if but of a crawl, it should incrementally grow and grow and grow. And I will tell you, mine has grown, and so has hers. Our lives have grown. And so their femininity, their inspiration, and their beauty. Now, some people are okay with weaves and a whole bunch of fake this and fake this and fake that. I think my wife, she did the braid thing, and that was cool. She was trying to on this hair growth journey a while ago. But then she wanted to shave it all off, and that's what we did. What's up, Cortez? What's up, Gerard? Um, what's up, Shadow? What's going on? So, so that's what we look for. Like when I found my wife didn't have all of this stuff. You see some people, you just want to scratch them and see all the makeup just come out on your hands and all of that stuff. She didn't have all that. She didn't have nothing was fake. And listen, I am in no way, shape, or form against in body modification. If your man dig it, and I'm not opposed to it myself, then go for it. But what I'm saying is, you ever seen something that's so fake it look fake? That's what a lot of people, a lot of women here they're doing now. They're going to these different places, and it's like, my goodness, it's like, now you know your butt can't be that big. Look how little your legs are, and guys are just, oh man, look how fine she is. No, compliment the implants. Don't compliment the person that's wearing them because that's all you're really looking at. It's the implants. The person that's wearing the implants look crazy because it's disproportionate, and you know it don't look good. But I get it. If you want to smash, and if this person, which many of them are big fishes in small ponds, I get it. I understand that. I've been there way before SYSBM. When I went to Brazil, all of that was done. You can literally listen. You can literally take a rock, spin around, and throw it. And chances are you hitting somebody in Brazil that would be a 10 here is very high. But anyway, that's Brazil. Let me see what you said. The question is, do foreign women pedestalize us? And yes, I'm seeing a lot of fake bodies locally. Look, exactly. Here's the thing: do foreign women pedestalize us? Now, it's funny because I have my sister-in-laws, I have female cousins. I have to say I because if I say my wife's family, she hears that she'll be like, no, they're our family, so our family. They're my family too. They pedestalize us to the same degree and in the same way we pedestalize them. What do I mean by that? They acknowledge what's already there. Here's the thing that, and one day I'm going to have my friend Lai. She's a lawyer in Sao Paulo. She's engaged to a brother here in America, and they're going to get married. And notice now, she's a Brazilian lawyer, but guess what? She's ready to be She's not ready. She is. She's submissive. She's feminine. She's beautiful. She's cooperative. And I don't know if you guys know her. If you look on my page, and if you see somebody that liked, and I think my pages are open YouTube. I'm sorry, Instagram and Facebook. Lais, she she's gorgeous. She's beautiful, but she's a cool person. And her fiance Eric, he's a cool dude. I think they're gonna make, they are, and I think they're gonna make even a better couple when they get together. But um, they say that we are funny. They say that we are kind. They say that we are nice to be around. And they say, get this now, they say that we are peaceful. Those four characteristics I've heard from Spanish women, Colombian women, Brazilian women, and some African women. And everybody can't be lying. But of course, sometimes when you're around somebody, us being in the matrix, the women here, they get used to us and they think, okay, well, I'm just dealing with a bunch of, ain't crap dudes. And that's just not the case. Well, they might be, I don't know. But by and large, these brothers, because we give women here, or gave women here, us who have gone SYSPM, first right of refusal. They refused us, and guess what we did? We took I ain't gonna say ball, but we took our ball and we went somewhere else to somebody else that wanted to play. Because the thing about it is this: most brothers are traditional. Most brothers want a nuclear family. Not all, but many. What's a nuclear family? A wife, you want to be a husband, and you want children, and you want to create a stable and happy and safe environment for your family. That's what you want. You don't need a PhD to do that. You don't need a whole lot of these other things to do that. That's good if that's your thing, but you don't need all of that to do that. You need two people who are willing, who are cooperative, who want to work together, and who want to see whatever it is that you have flourish. That's all you need. I think we as brothers, we're already on that page. Here, it's a little bit more difficult because you have the games, you have the little things that they do, the tests that they put you through. And over there, the thing that I and my wife and I, we talk about this a lot. Oh, if a Brazilian woman likes you, she likes you. It's not a game. It's not, well, I'm going to wait and see if he's going to call me back, or I'm going to wait before I text him or whatever. Let me tell you something that happened. This is true story. And one day, I think my wife, if you look at, and I've had a few videos, but if you go further down and look at my videos we first started, my wife would tell this story. You want to know who arranged us to go out? Who started everything? My wife. My wife. She did. She sent me a text. I got her phone number. I asked her some Brazilian friends of ours, mutual friends, um, introduced us, and um, so I got her number, and I was like, okay, I'll give you a call. Now it was me thinking, well, you know what? This girl is from Brazil, man, and I love Brazilian. I love the culture. I love the women. I'm saying myself, I'd never really met too many Brazilian women here in America, other than the friends that I had. It was a closed community, but it's open when you know somebody. Well, anyway, so I get a text, "Hey, have you had lunch?" And literally, I was like, "Yo, this girl actually just texted me, and she wanted to have lunch. She wants to have lunch." So I was like, "No, I haven't had lunch. Want to get together?" She was like, "Yeah." Make a long story short, um, I went and picked her up where she was staying. We went out to get something to eat, and after we were done, she went to reach in her wallet. She said, "You need some help?" It makes me laugh every time I think about it. She was like, "Do you need some help?" A 30, 45 minute lunch turned into a 3 hour and 30 minute like lunch date. And after I dropped her off home, I picked up the phone, called one of my homies, my really good friends, my brothers, who will be my cousin because, well, I'll tell you. And I said, "Man, guess who I had lunch with?" He said, "Who?" I said, "I believe I had lunch with my wife." Because in that short period, see, I already knew what I wanted. I was just looking somebody to check the surface boxes. And she checked all of those surface boxes through that conversation. And after she checked those boxes, I was like, well, now I just need to confirm what I see. I need to make sure that she's the genuine article. We're married. We've been married almost 3 years. We have a son. So yes, she checked the boxes, and she is the genuine article. Now that friend that I was telling you about, unbeknownst to me, when I married my wife, I began to get a barrage of friend requests from Instagram and Facebook from a lot of Brazilian men and women, old and young. And my wife, she has about, and this, listen, this is no cap. I'm trying to say we have 300 cousins, 150 on her mother's side, 100, I kid you not, 150 on her dad's side. She knows them. And so my best friend had was corresponding with her cousin. Make a long story short, he was just like, "Hey, look, we've been corresponding. We're cool. Man, we're going to try to take this thing." This was a course of about a month or so. We're going to take this thing to the next level. Next thing I know, he's in Brazil. He went by himself just like me. He literally got on a plane and went to Brazil. Now they're getting married shortly, and she'll be over here shortly. Get this. If I could count the times, and I'm not going to tell people's business, if I can count the times where in business and public, and people can't come to me, even on YouTube, "Hey man, do you know any Brazilian women?" I got two guys right now. Both of them are professional. One is 26, one is 30. No children. One of them has been married. Well, I'll tell you about that, and divorced. The other one never been married. The one is my nephew, actually. And the one who's been married, he was married. And his wife, I kid you not, they got married not even a year. She woke up one morning and said, "You know what? I don't think I want to do this." Totally broke the young guy's heart, destroyed his heart. Then, of course, she wanted to, after reality set in, I guess she wanted to try to migrate a little bit up north to where her cousins were. Of course, they're telling her how good life was and how great things are. But they were basically just kind of feeding her BS because when she got there, guess who she called? My little buddy, saying, um, "What if we try to work things out again?" I told him, I said, "Bro, you're a fool if you do that. You are a fool if you do that." And he took the advice. He told her straight up, "Look, no, you broke my heart. You destroyed my heart. I couldn't trust my heart with you." So, he had to. She had to kick rocks. They cool, but she had to kick rocks. And I told him, "Don't be in the same room with her. If she come down to visit, meet her at the Starbucks or something. Don't let her come to your house because the power of persuasion, the power of persuasion. You know what I'm saying? Is extra powerful when you haven't been persuaded in a while and you by yourself, and it ain't nothing but to the hungry soul, a bitter morsel is sweet. You get the point. She wanted to do the hot girl thing, but she realized they were giving her friends and her relatives were basically just giving her highlight reels. Because we all know when people always brag about, oh girl, yeah, come on. That is only a 2 or 3 hours on a Saturday night, maybe a Friday night, and then the rest of the time is lonely, misery, despair, and the smoke alarm chirping. You get my point. And so what I did was this. I told him, I said, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Brazilian Cupid. We're going to try that because, see, unbeknownst to a lot of people, you can find Brazilian women here on Brazilian Cupid. They have, like, I don't know where any of you guys are from, but they have, let's just say, excuse me, North Carolina. They have Brazilians in North Carolina, Brazilians in Deerfield Beach, Brazilians in Tampa, Brazilians in Orlando, all of these different communities. And when you go and you look, drop dead, gorgeous, submissive women who, for the most part, have not been tainted by Western feminism mindset. And this is how you know, because most of their friends, if most of their friends or the people that they hang around with are all Brazilians, you know you got you something good. My wife, all of her friends are Brazilian, all of them. And initially, I was thinking to myself, man, is that like, you don't really like to be around American women? I remember I asked her that when we first got together. This is what she told me. She said, here's why I don't. She said, when I got here, I dated a guy once. He bought me a few things. After we broke up, the I guess the she was trying to, trying to get to know people. So these American sisters, whatever. She said, I am going to return everything that he gave me. And they were like, well, and they were serious. They were really angry, like literally, for real, angry at her. And she gave it back. And this is what pissed them off. She said, it is dishonorable for me to keep something that a man gave me and the man is no longer with me. True story. So she said from that point, I think she had tried to be friends with a few people, but she said that was the last straw. I would never do that again. And where they at in Seattle, if you go on Facebook, Shadow Observer, and put in Brazilians in whatever city in Brazilians in Seattle. There are a lot of Brazilians in Seattle, and the reason why I say it's a closed community is if you don't really know anybody from that community, like you'll pass by people all the time, but if you don't know anybody in that community, you would think they don't exist. Like me, I went to Brazil in 2017. Came back, cried on the plane. I did the whole stuff. I mean, I'm a tough guy, but I was, and the woman that I was dating at the time over, I cried and everything. I was like, oh man, this place is so beautiful. So in my mind, I've been definitely trying. I was trying to get back over there while still my love for the country was still growing. Fast forward 2 years later, met my wife, and once I met her, she said, "I'm going to take you somewhere. We're going somewhere," and I was like, okay. I was like, man, all of these Brazilian people, where we're from? She was like, yeah. She said, you're now in the community. They'll begin to recognize you when they see you out and they hear you and you see them and you hear them. You will begin to know instantly who is a Brazilian. So much so when you can look at them and tell, oh, that's a brasileira, sua brasileira. I had something funny happen. I was at a CVS getting something, and there were two Brazilian women, and the person behind the desk didn't speak Portuguese. Now my Portuguese is getting better, but it's choppy, and so I heard her say "todos vocês," and that's a brilliant. That means all people. And I heard her say that, and so I asked her. I said, "Sua brasileira." Suas brasileiras. That means, are you guys Brazilians? He was like, yes. I said, precisa de ajuda. That means, do you need help? So I began in my choppy way of speaking Portuguese, was able to give, and I'm not pat myself on the back, but what I'm saying was my wife told me was true. I was able to recognize some things, and then I was able to help somebody. And I walked out of there feeling like I was the man. Well, it was cool. I told my wife about that. She got a kick out of it. She was right out of the car. Trust me. If I needed reinforcements, I would have ran out of the car and got her. But what'd you say, Cortez? Well, yeah, persuasion. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. By the way, we have lots of Mexicans who are not Americanized. Great. And see, that's the thing. Having people in other communities. Because here's the thing. You have a lot of brothers who say, listen, I don't mind. See, to me, SYSBM doesn't necessarily depict or speak of a ethnicity or color only. It speaks of community. It speaks of culture. That's what it speaks to me. So when you see a lot of brothers saying, I'm going SYSBM, shout out to the Mad Bus Driver, it's just not about black men getting with Caucasians. It's about people of us brothers of color getting with people. It could be Afro, Latino, uh, um, somebody that is actually African, somebody that is a Spanish, somebody's a Spanish person, a Colombian, Afro-Colombian, or a Colombian. It's just somebody of a different culture. Now that's what it means to me. Okay, yeah, everybody I guess kind of they have to get their own meaning, but that's what it means to me. And it was funny because I was on O'Shea's. I was talking to O'Shea one day. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. And I was like, yeah, man, my wife is at my, the sisters here should be cool with me because my wife is black. And he was like, no, Larry, that's SYSBM. Your wife is Afro Latino. She doesn't count. And I was like, really? And so I was talking to my wife about that. She said, yeah, honey, the black women here, they don't really, because I'm not, when they hear me speak or they see me, they kind of know I'm different. And then when I talk, not in a bad way or a grandiose way, but it's just like a difference is a difference. But yeah, so it's not that we put them on a pedestal. We just acknowledge that they are already on one. That pedestal are the very variables or the boxes that we want checked. We recognize that they are already checked. So when we find one, it's easy for us to connect with them. Why? Because, well, you know what Confucius said, right? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? So a lot of times, when for the most part, guys, we know what we want. And when we see it, we connect with it. Say Brazilians in Brazil are super helpful. Exactly. Listen, when I was in Brazil, bro, and I've been there times. I mean, the first time I went in 2017. Shout out to Charles. Rest in peace, Charles Seiler. Um, they were like I was kind of lost, and one of them could tell I was lost. They would literally try to help you, even though they don't speak English. They will literally. I mean, you figure it out after a short conversation. You figure it out. But they literally helped me get to where I was going. And they're very friendly. A lot of people say, well, you got the favelas. You will be safer in the favelas than you will be in Copacabana because in the favelas, the mayors of the favela, and what the mayors are, they like order. They don't like violence. They don't like chaos. And so, if anything is to be done, permission needs to be had first. If something is done without permission, people can get in trouble, like really, really big trouble. So, for the most part, it's quiet. Any videos that you've ever seen with Ace Live, with Check in Effect, with Aaron Ferris, even with Charles Tyler, when they're up in the favelas and people don't bother them. Why? Because if you come in the fellas with someone and they recognize that person and they see you with that person, oh, he's good. Now there are certain places they don't want you filming, and that's good. They conduct the business. It is what it is. But for the most part, you're safe. And so, miss me with all of that. And no, that's just to me. I feel like that's just weird talking points of people who never really been boots on the ground. I got family in the favelas, so it's no, no, it's not like that. But anyway, I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. I didn't even know my lives could go this longer. This is like the first live that I did for a long time, but I really didn't want to let this night slip without me answering this question. Salute, my brother Lawrence. What's going on, brother? I mean, I want to do a show with you, man. I've been digging, I've been digging your content, man. I got to get suited up one day, man. I'm always in American Brazilian attire, and I got to get with you one day, man, because I've been loving your topics, man, and I like how you present things, man. It's real dope. But brothers, listen, if you want to find, and nobody's really going to tell you this, well, I haven't heard anybody say it, and that's not because nobody said it. It's just that I haven't heard it. If you want to find the Brazilian community or whatever community, a different community within your city, it's simple. Google or go on Facebook or go on Instagram in the search tab and put Brazilian community or Colombian community or Ethiopian community or whatever you want to put. Or you can listen, you can streamline the process. Single Brazilian women in Seattle, single Colombian women in Seattle, single Ethiopian women in Seattle, and they are there. I am telling you, I'm not telling you what somebody told me. I'm not telling you what somebody showed me. I'm telling you what I saw because I'm in the Brazilian community here, and it's constantly growing. And I will tell you, like Atlanta. Atlanta has a huge Brazilian community. They have their own shops, they have their own attorneys, they have everything. But you wouldn't know if if that's not your thing. If you don't rub shoulders with anybody in those communities. And the cool part about them is um, they're very helpful. So if you have their skill, they're very helpful. So if there's something that you want to do, you have a cookout and you're like, oh man, I see your screen cracked. I see this right here. No worries. We'll come by next week. I'm telling you. Find if you want to go SYSBM, if you are SYSBM, or if you're curious about meeting somebody of another culture, you can get your feet wet in your own community here in the US because chances are they are going to stay within their group. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a woman who's going to stay within that group. Not that they don't have people that they're cool with, but you welcome my brother. Uh, stay with if they're gonna listen. How can I say this without making people think that I'm just saying it, they're not racist. But if the reason why they stay with their own community because they know that people outside their community won't understand them. And there are less chances, unless they lessen the chances of them being taken advantage of and mistreated and disrespected with someone who doesn't understand their culture and how they do things. And by and large, like I don't know any Brazilian woman well, I know one. I know one, but I think that she's kind of like I think, when you get out of the community, get kicked around, you come back to the community. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, but I think she's back in the community. Everything's cool. But yeah, so I'm curious. So if you brothers out there, I can't really speak on Colombian women. I know a Colombian, a brother of mine. He's Colombian. His wife is Colombian. They're from Medellin. But I can speak on Brazilian women. I feel like I need to pause for a moment of silence. Anyway, I want my wife to come up here and be like, what are you pausing for? It's cool. My wife, she's proud of the fact that she likes the beauty of the women that are in her country. And a matter of fact, this is what I'm going to say this. I'm going to let you guys go. There's Carnival, how they have Carnival. Here's another thing that you may not know. Within every community, they always have a carnival. Now, sometimes it's indoors, sometimes it's outdoors. You see the carnival in Brazil, how they have the costumes and they're scantily clad, and sometimes it's kind of racy or whatever. Like I'm kind of sweating a little bit. So they're having one here in my city. And I asked my wife, I was like, honey, you want to go? And she was like, nah, honey, I don't want to go. I'm like, why are you looking like that? She said, well, baby, it's kind of, sometimes it can get a little racy and whatever. And I'm like, well, it'll be good content for the YouTube page. She was like, well, you can go. I said, really? You don't care? She said, no, you can go. I said, really? I said, well, I invite some of my Brazilian buddies to go. And she was like, yeah. So I called one of my Brazilian buddies. Hey, man, you want to check this out? He was like, nah, Larry. I'm like, man, what is it with this? Like, y'all look at Carnival. We look at Carnival on TV. What's the deal? And so everybody got this racy thing. So I talked to my buddy JP. I was like, bro, you want to go? He was like, when is it? I told him. He was like, oh yeah, I go. I talked to another buddy of mine. I was like, yo, man, they got this thing going on. I was like, yeah, man. He was like, yeah, I go. I go. He said it's gonna be here. I was like, yeah. So the three of us are supposed to be going. And matter of fact, I talked to another buddy of mine. I think it's going to be 4 or 5 of us that are going to be going. But yeah, and I don't think that that's just like exclusive to the Brazilian community. If you find them in your city, I think every Latino culture has some type of significant festival or gathering that's like really, really huge, and they'll have it in your city at certain times. So once you tap into that community, you'll probably be like, man, where, I- like, how long have you guys been here? And they say, well, we've been here forever. Literally, it's crazy. It's like literally, it's like the Matrix. It's like I took the red pill and then I started seeing, I'm like, my goodness. But all of the women that I've been suggesting to my nephew and my other little buddy, it's mind blowing. Right? If they're here, they're in Atlanta, a few of them in Connecticut, Danbury, Connecticut, huge Brazilian community. New York, of course, goes without saying. Um, but yeah, here, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa, Deerfield, Miami, um, Atlanta, and different parts of Georgia. I think a few in Houston and California. In every major city, there's a huge, bustling Brazilian community. And I know that there's some in Atlanta too. Not Atlanta, I'm sorry, Alabama. So just check it out. But like I said, go to your search bar. Go to your search bar. Go to your search bar. Whatever ethnicity or cultural diverse person that you're looking for, put the name of the country, women, and your city. And I guarantee you, you're going to be like, no way. No way. They literally have dating groups for people from exclusive countries on Facebook, but you have to join and it's free. Now, the Cupids are free to a certain degree. They'll let you join for free, but then on Cupid, you have to pay like $30 a month or whatever. They give you either 3 months, 6 months, or a year. And when I did it for 3 months because I figured if I wasn't finding anything, if I couldn't find what I was looking for in 3 months, I wasn't gonna find it. Fortunately, I did, but it didn't work out. But I did 3 months. But anyway, guys, listen. Excuse me. What you saying? That's when you took the Brazilian, the community pill, and realized how many Brazilians. That's true. That's true. Shout out to Cortez. Yeah, I did, bro. It was just amazing, man. Like, um, I had no idea how many Brazilian. Sam, I am. What's going on, brother? Sam, I am, man. I ain't seen you in a while, man. Man, let me know when the next time you back in the city, man, so we can link up, all right? But Sam, I am. You know what I'm talking about. Brazilian community. You know what I'm talking about. So, and Sam, I am. They're having a carnival here. I think it's the 23rd of next month. It's going to be huge, man. So I'm probably going to get my ticket next week. Me and my buddies, we're going to get our tickets next week. If you're here, man, you should come and kick it, man, because I'm gonna see what's going on, man, and I'm kind of excited about it, especially since I've been hearing all the people like, "Ooh," it's almost like they're saying Mufasa when they say Carnival. Ooh, that doesn't bother me, you know. It's like, yeah, come. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to film it, and when I do, if everything goes well and the tickets are still available, which I'm sure they will because they have the $200 tickets, they have $100 tickets, and then they have but I want to get something maybe intermediate or up there because I kind of want to be in a position where I can film and see everything. And I want to get some good content. But anyway, okay, well, let me know. Sam, let me know. You got my number. So hit me up. Matter of fact, hit me up tomorrow and let's chop it up and figure something out. Because uh, I know my buddy JP is going to be going. I think a couple of other guys are going to be. Hopefully they will. But listen, I am going. I plan on going. So I think it's going to be good. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, and it doesn't have to be about the Brazilian community, it's just about people, where to meet people, different people in your community, let me know. Send me an email. All of my description, all of my emails and everything, it should be in the description box. I'm easy to find. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and all of my information is on there. I'll probably put it on this video because this is a live, but everything are on my past videos. And listen, man, don't stop traveling. Don't stop desiring to meet someone who checks the boxes that are in your heart, because I think that there's nothing wrong with you having your boxes checked. It's fair exchange. If they are what you want and you are what they want, fair exchange is no robbery. So I think that's a good thing. And don't let people here talk you out of something that could potentially be a life changing, happy situation for you. Because we know, and I hate to say this, not all people here are of the boss B kind of mentality. It's just that, well, I'll put it like this. If you're in the stock market, you have a blue chip and you have an IPO. Now, sometimes IPOs do very well. By and large, the blue chips are going to have a consistent track record of making people money. So would you invest if you had the money, invest in the blue chip, or would you put all your money in the IPO? The greater rate of return is going to be on the blue chip. IPO, you never know. It could be here today and gone tomorrow, but the blue chip is going to be a constant. So I think overseas right now, they're winning. They've been winning. It's been a blue chip stock. It's just that we have not really tapped into it and discovered it because of, quite frankly, the reputation that we've heard. I went on, and I've been saying I'm going to get off here in a little while, a while ago. But I'm going to say this. When I went to Africa, I was asking them what do they know about Black people? And you know what they told me? They told me that they learned about Black people by watching, get this, the number one TV show whereby they compared Black people was Cops. True story. Yeah, I was in Nigeria in 2012, and this guy, and he was affluent. He was an attorney. He was a accountant, and he told me, he was like, yeah. He said, we learn about you guys from Cops. And so in our mind, that's kind of how we see you until we meet you. But at first glance, we think, oh, maybe if the American TV shows us their people in such a disparaging light, then maybe it's true. So anyway, I don't know why I said that. Well, yeah, my point was this. My point was, we've always been told that foreign women are prostitutes, that foreign women, they just want your money, that foreign women are poor, that foreign women are easily dominated. Listen, you have poor people in America. You have people that check all of those boxes that I just mentioned here in this country. But I mean, they're highly they're highly educated people there too. Just because a person might live in a certain part, that's just a certain area. Listen, I've been to Chicago a couple of times, but I've never really ventured into the city. But all of Chicago is not the area that is constantly on the news for for gun violence. That's not all of Chicago. That's a fraction of that city, and it's the same thing with other places. It's a fraction of those places. They will show us what they want us to see, because the objective is what? To keep a certain currency here, right? If I want to keep you a certain place, then I am going to promote a certain level of fear if it's something that I know that's going to be good for you. And whether it's going to be good for you or not, as long if you take your resources away from me, I'm going to tell you anything that I possibly can that I think is going to put fear in your heart to keep those resources here. Why? Because I want them and I can. And I'm a marketing machine and I can put it out there to where if I show it to you long enough, too many times, you're going to start believing it. And that's what's been happening. And so now when brothers go over to these different countries, they realize, hold on, somebody's lied to me. Yeah, you're right. They are a part of the propaganda. Somebody's lied to me. Like, no, this is not true. Like I said, I got a friend that's a lawyer. I got lawyers in my family. I got doctors in my family over there. But the women are, they can have PhDs or whatever, but they're very feminine. They're very submissive. And they want a man to lead. I'm just saying. Well, anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to jump off here because my wife is probably waiting on me. What time is it? Oh, man, it's 11 our time. And, but do that. I'm curious. I'm curious. Let me know what you guys find because I'm telling you the truth. They are there. Anyway, lembra-se, gente, no odeia o jogador, odeia o jogo. You know what that means? Don't hate the player, hate the game. I'll talk to you guys later. Boa noite. Até a breve. This is your man Larry, American Brazilian, saying é verdade. Speaking Lucy, speaking facts from Chicago. Yeah, right. Okay. Hey, Lawrence, I'm gonna get with you, man. One day. I've been digging your stuff. I'm a fan, brother. I'm definitely a fan. Everybody, shout out to everybody, man. Thank you for joining me. This is my first long live. Ciao, boa noite, Sam. I am. Até breve, meu mano. All right, talk to you guys later. Good night. Let me see if I can turn this thing off. All right, guys. Bye.